I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. Since the last time we met, there have been 10 more cards that have been revealed, so I'm going to go over the 10 cards that have been revealed so far. We're going to start where I left off, which is on the Nightshade Bud. Nightshade Bud is a 8 mana. Oh, hang on. Nightshade Bud is an 8 mana rare druid spell card that says choose one, discover a minion from your deck to summon, or a spell to cast. For 8 mana, you're basically wanting a spell that's more than 8. You're wanting to cheat something out. I don't know. I mean, what creature because you're looking for a creature that's more than 8, or you're looking for a spell that's more than 8. Because if you're just putting a creature that's 8 or less that you're looking for, or you're just looking for a spell that's 8 or that's 7 or less, you just play the spell. This is not even a good fetch card. I mean, if you got 10 cards left in your deck and you're looking for one specific one, the odds of you finding it in that 3 are almost ridiculous if you're looking for an out of some sort. So even with only 10 cards left in your deck, which would be very late game in Hearthstone, to only have 10 cards left in your deck, your chances of you finding something is 3 out of 10. So if you're up to 12 cards, 3 out of 10 becomes a 1 out of 3. You've got a 1 out of 3 chance of finding what you need left in your deck, and it's got to be above 8. What card are you playing? Unless you're going to play to do both of these so that you can get 16 points worth of damage, but then you got to run a card to use both of these. This could almost be, and I'm not sounding like, I'm not trying to be mean, this could almost be like 5 and it wouldn't be broken. And that's saying something, you know. Yeah, you're going to high roll and get if this was 5 and you high rolled and got an 8, people will be like, oh, that's broken. But it's like, you're going to roll low. And an 8, I don't know what spell you're looking for. I don't know what creature you're looking for to get out a turn or 2 easier. Because that's about basically what you're saving is maybe 2 mana, unless you can get the dual cast on this, to do both halves of the choose one. I'm not even sure this is good to split. That's the problem. Neither half of this is good. And that's the problem. So I'm going to give this either side is bad. Next up we have number 2 for us, which is Clean the Scene, which for us is a 5 mana rare priest spell card that says destroy all minions with 3 or less attack, infuse 6 or less attack. So 5 mana, destroy everything little on the board, yours and theirs. That's going to keep them down aggro a little bit, so this might be seen in a control priest that's trying to clear the scene or clean the scene when they have a lot of little stuff on the board. It's almost a brawl that just works out better in a lot of sense. So this is a brawl for everything little. So if you've got big stuff on the board, you don't want to get this infused. Problem is if you have this in your hand and 3 of your minions die before you can cast this out, if you got big stuff on your board, 6 is big enough that a lot of your stuff's gonna die. I almost wish it said all enemy minions, but it's both sides. It'll get rid of your minions, it'll get rid of your opponent's minions. It's good for control early game to help clear out. You might even in mid and late game, this might be a brawl that just, you got a bad result on, and the equivalent of a brawl, so this basically falls into brawl category. And there's going to be times where you might not care that the entire board goes away, including yours, but again, This is one of the almost card. This card almost is worse when it's infused for you as the player. So I'm going to give this worse when infused. Next up for us is going to be number 3, which for us is Action Elemental. Action Elemental is a 3 mana epic neutral minion from the set that says, when your opponent draws a card, next turn, they take 2 damage. So basically what this card is doing, a lot of times it's keeping your opponent from drawing multiple cards. So this, to a certain degree, is almost a tech card, but it's not even as good as a tech card, because if you are playing against, say, like a rogue who you know is going to have this weird pop-off turn where it's going to draw like 15 cards, first thing it's going to do is it's going to kill the 2/4 elemental. Even on a warlock who's might even life tap to take 1 more extra, they're going to kill this before they life tap. And I mean, what situation are you in? I mean, the only thing that helps this out that I can see is the battle cry might still be effective even after this dies, because technically that's how it's supposed to work. So your opponent can't draw something crazy for the next turn. And if it works that way, that's a very, weird battle cry, I should say. But your opponent's gonna maybe lose a game once or twice because they don't realize that's how this works unless they get a big visualizer like over their deck that says, hey, if you draw this turn, you're gonna take 2 damage. And they might think, oh, I took the 2 damage, now I can draw. And maybe when they see the second draw, they're gonna sit there, oh, I took another 2 damage, I better stop making this move. But by that point, you've already kind of gone on your path, and so there might be somebody who gets caught off on this and takes 2/4 damage. But after that point, people are gonna know this card. They're just not gonna draw. If the battle cry works, that on your next turn, if your opponent draws at all, you're gonna take 2 damage. And while this might fall into a shutter walk deck, just to kind of be out on a shutter deck, but I don't know if anybody's ever going to play this, because I'm going to give this a fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. Next up for us is number 4, which is going to be Tar the Mad Duke, which is one of the neutral legendary minions that has come out, which is a 4 mana 3/3 that says, battle cry, discover a card from each player's hand and swap them. There's going to be times where you're basically going to play this in the equivalent of a dirty rat. So, your opponent has like 5 cards, one of them's a key piece to this. You might play this down on turn 4 almost as a dirty rat kind of way. So you pick something in their hand that they need as a key piece, and they get something from your hand that might be less of a key piece to them, especially if they're trying to play something that is their key piece, like, they're going for a colossal minion, or they're going for a dragon, because they need a dragon for their deck. And on turn 4, 3/3 that might disrupt your opponent's hand and take away a key piece is pretty big, especially if it's getting close to the end game, where you're just gonna sit there and go, yep. And then you get to play that card sometimes and just make them cry that you played their card and they can't get it. So this is almost, a dirty rat to a certain degree. It's almost, right where a dirty rat would be. And it's going to hurt some OTKs. So I'm going to give me my card back. Next up for us is card 5, which is Hell Kicks. Hell Kicks is a 4-mana rogue minion elemental card. So they're getting elementals in rogue that has Death Rattle. If you control a secret, store Hell Kicks soul inside of it. It resummons Hell Kicks when triggered. So it's a 5/4 that you need a secret on your board. When this dies, for the secret still to not have triggered, then you need your opponent to play something to trigger this to actually get this back. That is a lot of steps to get off to get this, because there's going to be times where before this dies, your opponent triggers one of the secrets, and then they're just going to kill this, and you're not going to get anything back. Or there's going to be times where they kill this and you have a secret down, and then your secret, because they haven't triggered it at that point, is going to not be triggered for like 3, 4, 5, 6 turns. And then you gotta wonder how this works if your board is full and the secret triggers at that point. Does it get summoned back? Do you just lose his soul? You know, what happens when you have got 3 secrets down? Which secret does the soul go in? There's a lot of mechanics that are going to fall into this card for something that's not good. A 4-mana 5/4 is not that great a step. This doesn't have charge. This doesn't have rush. This doesn't have any other taunt. It doesn't have anything else on it. You kill it, and you pop the secret, it comes back, and you might sit there and go, oh man, that hurt, but that's about it. So you have to be in a position where you kill this, if you're playing against this, you gotta kill this, have your opponent have a secret that didn't pop while you killed this, or before you killed this, and then basically play something else on that same turn, and then get it to pop back, because again, it's not that good. And again, with Rogue only having 3 secrets in the set right now, because all they're going to get is 3. The most times this is coming back is 6. If you're going to run 7 cards just to make this work to hope for the best, that's ugh. I don't know who wanted this card, and that's what I'm going to give this. Who wanted this? Next up for us is card number 6, which is for us is going to be Private Eye. Private Eye is a 4-mana common rogue minion card that has cast a secret from your deck. Combo cast 2 instead. I want this card to work. I do. But again, you're going to have to throw 6 cards in your deck. Get this on turn 4. It's barely... It's the same stats. Is it the same stats? Let me look at this. Hang on. I'm just going to come back to this in a second. 3, 4, 5, 4. So for the same mana cost, you get 2 more attacks. So it's 2 less attack. Oh my god. It's cast a secret from your deck. So you're going to throw 6 cards in your deck, hoping to get 2 on this if you combo this out? In order to combo this out, you would need to spend at least probably 1 more mana. So this is a 5-mana 3/4 that gets you 2 secrets out of your 6? Why? Why are you trying to make Rogue go secrets this round? They didn't have secrets in their set so far. You didn't put secrets in their set. This is going to be the first set that they get secrets. There's only going to be 3 of them. And you're basically trying to make this secret Rogue work. Because this would be a good card and so many things else. If this was a mage card, this would be ridiculous as a mage card. I mean, you can't use combo mage, but if it had something else like, if you cast a spell, cast 2 instead, oh man, that would be interesting. Next up for us is card 7. This is one of the secrets that you can get off of the secret for rogue. So this is Sticky Situation, which is a 2-mana rogue spell. So this is one of your big secrets. It says, after your opponent casts a spell, summon a 3/4 spider with stealth. That's basically the equivalent of Hat Trick. So it's a good card. I mean, it's a 3/4 spider with stealth for 2 mana. Your opponent most likely is going to play a spell to trigger it. But again, it by itself is good. It's not making the secret package any better. The secret's fine. I would play the secret a lot of times and just have it up there. But again, the issue you're going to have with everything rogue is there's only going to be 3 secrets. It's not that hard of a guessing game when there's 3 in the set. If you, as long as you're playing standard, there's only going to be 3 in the set right now. So that's what I'm going to give this. You know, it's good, but it's good by itself. Next up for us, we have another one of the rogue secrets, which is Kidnap. Kidnap is a 2-mana epic rogue spell that says, secret after your opponent plays a minion, stuff it into a 0/4 sack. So this is the 0/4 sack, and what it does is that if you deal 4 damage to it, it returns the kidnapped minion to their hands. There's going to be times where this is going to hurt you if you played it. Your opponent plays a battle cry. Again, I gotta see how the battle cry works. If you're able to cast the battle cry before the secret triggers, you basically helped your opponent because you're playing a sap without the downside. Put a 0/4 on their side of the field that they have to get rid of. You've given your opponent a minion that they might be able to trade in or tech in. Your opponent, the 0/4 dies, it goes back in their hand. If it was a good death rattle, they get to cast it again. So you're basically playing a sap without the downside for your opponent because it's not adding any mana costs. So, how many times, or how should I say this, what situation are you in where your opponent doesn't do what you normally do against Paladin? You play down a really tiny minion, and you sit there and go, okay, you got a 1/1 that's now a 0/4. That's almost better for me. You know, there's going to be times where certain classes on turn 2, if they play a 0/2 or a 0/1 or a 1/1, a 0/4 is almost better for them. Again, it's not like this thing can't attack. The sack can attack, so if you buff the sack, you can attack with it. You can flip it. You can, there's going to be certain times where you're just sitting there going, yeah, thanks for the 0/4. That's better than the card I was playing or was going to play. So, I'm going to give this thanks for the 0/4, buddy. Next up for us is card number 9, which is the Stag Charge. Stag Charge is a 3-mana epic hunter spell that says deal 3 damage, summon a random dormant wild seed. This card is going to see play. That's what I'm going to say about it right now. This can go face. This can go minion. 3 damage to face is good for hunter. Summoning any of the dormant wild seeds is going to be okay for doing 3 damage. A lot of these you would love to see as an upside. Getting a 3/1. Oh, deal 3 damage, get a 3/1. Next turn that has rush. Yeah, deal 3 damage in 2 turns, get a 2/5 with taunt. So this card is definitely going to see play. This card fits perfectly into Defend the Dwarven District. It's more face damage. It's a better face damage spell. It's 3 damage straight to face. It's going to summon something else that most likely is going to get you more damage. And if you get the stag, sometimes you're going to be giddy as a schoolgirl that you got the stag. knowing that in 3 turns you dealt 3 damage to the face, and then you're going to do another 4 damage to the face. You know, this is 4-8 damage to the face if you get the stag. In Descend the Dwarven District, that's going to be a push card right there. If you get the stag, you basically know you're basically gone. That clock has moved up incredibly high. Ice, this is going to see play. Defend the Dwarven District says hello. That's what I give this. Next up for us is the last card that we're going to talk about today, which is going to be Wild Spirit. Wild Spirit is a 3-mana epic hunter spell that says summon 2 different dormant wild seeds, make your dormant wild seeds awaken 1 sooner. It's 3 mana. You're basically summoning 2 out of the 3 of these because there's only these 3 wild seeds so far. I doubt they will bring out any wild seeds in the future. These will only be the ones for these cards. So a lot of these are going to be good. That means you get a 3-1 with Rush right off the bat. And or in turn, you get a 2-5 with Taunt. You're going to get 2 of these, which means you're setting up for getting the stag. There's a good chance you're getting the stag. You would have to roll really bad not to get the stag on this. And that means in 2 turns, you're getting a 4-2 damage. So that's good. You know, it's kind of a downturn on 3. So that might be the problem with it, because you're taking really a short or a bad or a skip turn on 3. But you're getting stag. Stag in 2 turns might be worth giving up a 3 slot. And that's the thing. I gotta figure out if stag in 2 is worth giving up a 3. Early game, if you get stag, you're going to be happy with this. Mid game, late game, it kind of peters out. So this is aggro, more aggro. Alright. Those were the 10 cards that have been revealed since I last talked about this. There's 3 more left. When the next 10 come out, I'll do another review. There's still 1 more secret to come out for Rogue. But unless it's something really good, I don't see how the secret package is going to work for Rogue. As always, remember, thank you so much for watching, and always remember, play for fun.